Ewela, Ndawe, Ulimele, Ewela, Makosi, Kamagunda, and greetings to everyone. Today, we're going to relax and talk about things. And today we are gossiping with the truth, as Peko must say. The truth of God. We're talking about spiritual stuff, but we're relaxing, but we're respecting first the ancestor spirits and guides. We're respecting ourselves. But then we just have to be ourselves because we are human beings. We have to think about things the way that we're supposed to think about it, right? Listen to me, I'm listening to myself already. So, seriously, this one, when we're talking about polygamy and polyandry, say polyandry, is that what they call it? This one is about weather. And this one I'm talking about is about healers. Healers, as a healer. Our ancestors, spirits and guides. Do they actually, do our ancestors actually even say we need to get someone for them? Or, seriously, what is happening here? But before I go into this one, I have to be honest with you and tell you about how I think about things. But anyway, let me greet you guys. Because this one, guys, we're going to relax, we're going to talk freely. And we're going to talk about it as in we are sitting down there in living room, coming. What you do, right? When you're still waiting around for your ancestors to come through. And you're still unsure about things, but you just want to, you still are trying to juggle between the code of conduct as a healer and you just coming in as a person. And you just had that ancestors, you had someone saying ancestors can make you marry two people, or seriously, what am I saying? What am I saying here? Let me just relax. Let me relax, guys. What are you there saying? And today, there's no judgment. We should not judge each other. We're going to be talking about the truth. Seriously, I have to be honest, guys. And I do not want you to think about what I'm going to be saying here and start judging me based on me gossiping, as in talking about the truth of God. Guys, I'm just relaxing and being honest. Guys, you need to remember that as people, we've got this bit of us that we need to relax, right? So there's no judgment, I think, on your part there. I hope you're not going to be judging me. There's no judgment. I'm just trying, guys, to think about things properly like a human being, a healer human being. So what are you guys saying? Dumela siamo, Tobela Petile, and Hai Nyasha, Tobela Diakanyo, Tobela Refule, Tobela Lindiwe. I really lose the way with you. Relax. I know exactly what you want to say. I do not think you know, Petile. That's one. I Petile, you do not know. Anyway, let me just come clean. Should I come clean or should I? First, let me just ask if my ancestors will let me marry two people and see what my ancestors are saying. My ancestors, would you let me marry two people? These are the cards. The guys, I need to know if my people will allow it in my part. I just want to know yes or no, so I can. What are my ancestors saying with this one? Are they saying I should have three? Guys, what is this one? let me just think about it. And what do they say? Where's the booklet? Hey, my ancestors, how can they start me like this? How can I start like that, guys? What is this called? I know. Guys, look at this. How, what? What is this one all about? Three things, heartbroken like that. The 3 is a sign of heartbreak or grief. Ooh, oh my gosh. It is important to remember that it is temporary and a normal part of life. So maybe my ancestors they don't think I should do it. But why are my ancestors saying things like that? Because, I mean, seriously, I mean, imagine having 2. First, I'm going to try, because my ancestors answered me properly with this one. They answered me, so I'm going to try, I'm going to say it in Sotho and say it in English. I'm trying to convert Sotho to English to explain what my ancestors said before I insert myself into this. But already you've seen mine, I've got 3 sharp things on my heart. So I did not yet understand whether it's my ancestors saying, you're going to have 3 hard things. What are they saying, my ancestors? 3 things? Hey, are they saying I'm going to have 3 husbands breaking into my heart? Or what are they saying? Are they something they said? Anyway, so what are you guys saying there? Tobela Cecilia, Tobela Lizzie. I thought only men could practice having multiple of women. Nyasha, you need to hear this one. Okay, I'm gonna say it in Sotho the way my ancestor answered me with this one, and then I'll try and convert it to English. Those who don't understand Sotho, do not worry, I got you covered. Today, this is the truth of God. I'm going to tell you how I'm thinking about the whole thing, considering with that tarot thing. But my ancestors are not yet using tarot. That one, I think, is the Western people, is the ancestors from the Western, the European ancestors. These ones are not mine. Anyway, let me tell you in Sotho, and I'll get you covered the English ones. Ancestors are saying, Sijo Sarina, our tradition. This, I'm going to do it in Sotho, and then from there, I'll read it in English. I'll try to read it, convert to English, right? It is possible, my child, to marry 2 men. And for a healer to marry 2 men, or for a healer to marry 2 wives, or a healer to marry a wife and husband, wife and yeah, I think that's what they meant. Hey, what did they say? There are reasons for that. It's not about you. Ufere is what in English? Guys, help me here. What is Ufere in English? I'll come back to it. Badimo ba khona bona hore motho badimo ba khona hore batho ba itseng ba ka khona ho shumishana botse ba tswetse mmereko le ho dira setjhaba tswelo pele. Sephetho seo se a kgobokanela sedimong ke malapa ao a misehao, okay, like a misehao. Ho boleisana le ho bontshana hore ba ka thusana bjang. Sephetho seo a se tšewe ke le ho nyakela hore monna o ba mosadi o nyaka ho khutsofatswa ke tša mmele. Sephetho seo ke se segologudu ka ho tlhakantsha malapa le hore le lete le emele malapa ka moka. So this thing is normal. Ancestors, my ancestors said yes, it's possible. You can marry 2 husbands as a healer. Yes, as a healer, I can marry 2 husbands. Considering, and you can marry 2 wives as a male healer, right? You can do that, but there's a reason for that. You don't just get married to those people because you want sex. There's a reason for that. And actually, to actually do that, there has to be the people involved, the families involved, the three set of families involved have to agree beforehand, spiritual, up there in the spiritual realm. They have to agree, all of them, that this will be good for the community. This will be a building up thing. This will be making you spiritually powerful. Spiritually powerful. It will enhance the community. You don't do that just because sex is good in both sides. Did I insert myself there? Hey, this one is a different one. This one is a different one. And they say this is a big thing, guys. It's a big thing. You don't just wake up, or you were just stealing something. You find that something you stealing is better than the one that you have already, that you want. Guys, do you understand what I'm saying here? Because sometimes I think I'm not understanding what I'm saying to myself. You don't make those decisions because somehow by eating the stolen fruit, you end up enjoying the fruit more than the fruit that you're growing in your house. I think I was being metaphoric, wasn't I? Guys, was I being metaphoric? Let me just continue with what my ancestors said. Bialo ka dingaka a o khone hore badimo ba o dire hore ba dire hore la pale lengwe le go botlhoko ka sephetho seo se sa tleng o tlhakantsha malapa. Ancestors, they will not do this just because they want to hurt another family. Ancestors do not do things like that. They don't hurt other families. And when you do all those things, they should be like, if there are three sets of families being involved, they should agree with each other so that they will have one that actually must be the healer one, isn't it? That will represent the other families. Because these things has to be agreed upon by the three sets of ancestor families in the spiritual realm. So, yeah. Let me continue. Ngaka gantši di tlhakantšhwa le bao ba tlo thusang go tšwetša mmereko wa o ngaka e kgethileng go tšwela pele. E motho a tšea e nngwe tsela yeo e tla ntšhang ngaka seemong sa ge, badimo ba kgona go tlisa yo ba monang e tlo bang a big positive influence o mmereko wa bongaka le setšhaba. Bjalo o hwetša ngaka e na le mamoratwa wa pelo le lerato la moya. Bjalo gantši e re gore ngaka e swanetše o itebala a šomiše badimo ka maaka. Like I was trying there with my tarot. I was trying my best to try and get my ancestors to agree to what I'm doing. And my ancestors are saying, these things, they happen because it is spiritual. It will make you spiritually powerful so that you can help your communities. It is not for personal gain, I guess, and enjoyment. You do that for a reason beyond the that one is holding me like that. Tomorrow the other one is going to be holding me like that. I'm going to be... what am I saying there? So, they're saying that they'll only agree to that kind of thing if let's say maybe you are with someone and that person is not is not helping you spiritually. It's not helping you spiritually, like to do what you came here to do as a healer, right? It's not helping you with that. The ancestors will introduce someone who will be pushing you towards your path, the spiritual beat. So you'll find that sometimes, actually this is the problem that most healers might have, or they have. where you have the Lerato la Moya and you have the other one. So you might have like two, but then they are not meant to be. You're not meant to marry them, right, guys? You're not meant to marry the other one. But some people might get too dizzy at the early stages and think they're supposed to do the other bit, because obviously the early stages, obviously ancestors will be pushing that bit because they want you to grow spiritual. So you'll be dizzy riding two cars with your hand in the other car, the other one in the other car. You don't know which one to turn to. You're holding the steering wheel and you are caught in the middle of two cars. You don't know which one to climb onto. Am I being metaphoric here? Or I wonder if my ancestors will show me doing something like that in the tree. Anyway, let's just see what they're saying here. Let me continue. Badimo abare tsamaya uyo kwisa malapa botlhoko. Taba eo ya hore o fitlhele taba eo ga e o fitlhele bjalo ka ge o dirile phoso. Like, but the ancestors, they will not encourage you to go and hurt another family, because remember, when there are many people involved, the other family will be hurt. They'll be hurt if it gets to that stage where it become like we are going to the polyandry or polygamy. If it is not talked about properly by the three sets of families involved, but people will not let you hurt another family intentionally like that. Badimu will not do things like that. And it's not because just because you go and by, like I said, you were testing different fruit from the ones you have. You end up liking another fruit, then you realize you made a mistake because the fruit now is addictive. Then you start using Badimu and saying Badimu are saying something. Badimu said no. Badimu said no. They said no, they do not do that. Just because you made a mistake, you were eating fruit and you end up swallowing with the seed. How do you swallow the seed? Yes, you swallow the seed because obviously you're going to have to. That seed has to grow, isn't it? That means you get pregnant as well. How did I come up with that one? Hey, let me just read what my people are saying. Because guys, I'm getting somewhere confused. This thing has to start properly from the ancestral realm, the spiritual side of things. It's true, a woman can have two husbands. The ancestors one, the one that will help you enrich your communities, the one that is good to help you spiritually. Yeah. Okay, that is the one that the second one. That means it is going to be helping you towards the ancestors. But I'll talk to you about it properly. Let me just finish. Tobalang, sex. Tomba yanyake, mobatu. You need to be respectful as people. Sadi wangaka, wa u itlhompha. Tshwanela u ipea seemong seo. What are my ancestors trying to tell me here? A woman healer, a respectful woman healer is not meant to put herself in that way. My ancestors, like, they were just trying to talk to me here about things, and I'm not gonna listen to. Okay, let me just finish. Hey, lebadim, jaka cheo didirwa kam tlhompho le kushana. Involved. So when it comes to the ancestral stuff, guys, everything has to be done properly with respect, and it has to start from the ancestral realm People have to agree on these things to get all of them together. It's not even supposed to cause confusion in real life, in physical life, because spiritually everything will be sorted, everything will be properly done. So when it comes to physical things, things are gonna be flowing. Flowing. Okay, let me just finish. They say it is rare that you get to that stage. It's very rare. What are they saying is very rare? I see this all the time, my ancestors saying it. It's not rare. It is normal. Telling me it's rare when it's not. Hey, lemon. Utlatlakantshwa le mosadi o utlo ketjang le ho tiisa sefane ka kushano ya the parties concerned. It's very rare. My ancestors are saying, if it is a guy, let's say maybe Moholo Makosi Amakhulu Tlukhulu, just like my name says, I am Moholo Makosi Amakhulu Tlukhulu, meaning that somehow along the line, I should be given the opportunity to be in a polyandry, is it? Because I should be, isn't it? I guess I do not know, because the ancestral thing you don't know. You probably will. So anyway, if you do it as a healer, because you guys, it looks like you guys want to do it. So if you do it, you must remember that the person you're doing it with, right? The families, the three parties will be agreeing on that. And then you're marrying this person as a woman, as a female, you're marrying this person. But then the person as well, it has to be agreed that that person has to go and marry a woman apart from you. Now it becomes four parties involved, spiritual. Meaning that that woman will come knowing that the man is with the other one, but the woman is coming in for that specific reason to what? To make the family grow, the family name grow. Because ancestors, they need a continuity. Even in that family, the name, the surname. Because remember, if you're marrying you're marrying two people. So therefore, as a healer, guys, it sounds like I'm being talking about it as a healer. It sounds like it's like I'm being like how do you say, selfish, isn't it? I kind of feel selfish. It's tradition. These things is tradition, guys. It is for good things. So you will have another. You will have two men. Fight. No, they won't be fighting. How is it gonna? How? I mean, are you gonna be? I mean, like I'm talking about when it comes to we're supposed to spiritually, like someone said before about so the dreams, the visions can be seen as they're meant to be seen, and your ears can open properly where you hear ancestors. And remember that people say it is normal, but it's very rare. I'm up for polygamy and polyandry. Hey, what did I just say? I mean, as a person, I think it's a good thing. I mean, it's for spiritual. Looks like it's tradition. Our queens were given the opportunity to do that, so they'll be. Because remember, it's not about having fun, guys. I think we should look at it in the way. It's not about having fun, like it's about strategy. remember the other person will be bringing something very powerful, something that will help make the community something. I guess it's very difficult to talk about something that I haven't dreamt about and I haven't seen it. My people are just telling me. So it would have been nice if my people showed me in dream format, like me if they did it with me, like as a polyandrous woman. Is it polyandrous? Having two men and how it would be like. It would have been easy for me to explain it if they showed it to me like this is how it is done, isn't it? Without having to tell me that, yeah, it is normalist ray. I mean, it's normalist ray. What does that even mean? All I just want to know is that will it be possible for me to do it? But it's not going to be possible for me to do it being here because I was reading about it today and they say it's illegal here. You cannot marry two husbands. And I think my husband won't agree to that. I don't know if I say my ancestors. If I say my ancestors, that's it. Let's see what you guys are saying here. Okay. Someone is saying something here. What are you guys saying? I've been bothered. That is petty. I've been bothered with polyandry by my ancestors for almost a year now. Until I watched some go-go show, won't mention names. That's when I started to relax. That is normal. Okay, Cecilia said buffet, adultery or fornication. Okay, Petty say okay. Oh, that you mean buffet? Okay, adultery or fornication. Guys, yeah, ancestor said it cannot be used for buffet, fornication, because it's nothing to do with enjoyment. Is it? Is it not? Is it not? Okay. Hey, Petty even put another English word, the big one, halotry. Yo. Nyasha say, I don't understand, Gog. Nyasha, don't worry, we'll get you covered. I just wanted to read from what my ancestors were saying in my language so that I can put it back in English. So my ancestors, Nyasha, are saying it is normal. It has been happening before. And it is not happening for enjoyment or for halotry, like Petile said, or fornication, like Cecilia said. It's supposed to happen to enrich the standard, the standard of living for the community, to enrich the community, to bring forth something that is good for the community. Meaning that you joining two families, this other family and this family, both of them coming together to push you as a healer. You'll be saying things, healing things. Yeah? No, not things, people, isn't it? You'll be healing people. And it is for the good of the community. Guys, you don't do this because you want to enjoy yourself. You want to hold it like this. Like it's for the community. Because remember, as a healer, it's very difficult. This job is very difficult, guys. It's difficult. And you can't be... It's not easy to be... This is traditional things, isn't it? So I have to be respectful. But I'll be happy to do it if my ancestors say I should do it. My ancestors should actually ask me to. Okay, my ancestors, I don't think they will. Let me not say anything. Okay, Petile said to was a go Siguvak. Siaguva. Petile can hear me properly. Okay. Mambagas, thank you for addressing this topic. Traditional can be harmful, Nyasha said. This thing can be harmful. Okay, we're going to hear about you, Nyasha. Don't worry, we're going to hear everything. This is the truth of Goma, guys. We are gossiping with the truth. We are being honest with each other. There's no holding back. We are talking as it is. But, guys, can you just imagine? Okay, let me think about that. I mean, if you have ancestors, sorry, I'm busy.
Mommy, I need to call Daddy. It's really important. The car roof is open and it's pouring out with rain.
Yeah, call him with your phone, please. Close the door.
That's really good comedy.
Comedy? Oh, I hope you're not watching this. I hope my daughter's not watching this. But anyway, Mommy wants to be a polyandry. Okay, I can't do it here, isn't it? Because it's different. Anyway, okay, where we were. Traditional can be harmful. Tandile Kamagu. I think our men had a lot of fun. Tandile Muloyen is an interesting topic. Matlapa se Tobela, Kinale Puchis. I've got a question. Ana, Heba Halabe Bawu. Baba o swereng ba bile le basadi ba babedi ba be ba robala go le bjalo. What is the likelihood ya gore le wena ba go swereng ba ka go neela mpho eo? This, guys, is nothing to do with that your ancestor had 2 wives or your ancestor had 4 wives or your ancestor had 3 wives. It has to do with what the other person, if they are bringing the second person, as if you're a woman, they're bringing another woman. If you're a man, if you're a woman, they're bringing another man. If you're a man, they're bringing another woman for you. It is to do with spiritual power, guys. And I don't mean like you become powerful. No, I mean that it is to do with that family has something that together with something that you're bringing, when you mix these two together, you make something very strong and very powerful. I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about what the other family can bring spiritually. With that other party can bring spiritual. The 3 set of families together. Remember, everyone is bringing, like you bringing this beat, the other one is bringing this beat, the other one is bringing this beat. Together, they are adding these 3 together. They become powerful spiritual. Powerful. I am not talking about sex. Am I not talking about sex? Sex can... So what happens if, let's say what happens if remember that as spiritual people, guys, as spiritual people, you are operating at a different level spiritually. You're operating at a different level spiritually. You will realize this most of the time when you meet someone who's the same level as you spiritually, men or women, when you're spiritually vibrating at the same rate. When you meet them, you will feel something. I'm not talking about sex. You'll feel something, right? Now, imagine you're already okay. You marry as a person, you have a family, right? You marry as a person, you have a family. I'm just trying to think straight, but I can't think straight because I'm just picturing 2 men running towards me. Okay. Anyway, what am I saying? This is the truth of God, guys. I'm trying to reflect. So you're vibrating at the same rate, right? You can always tell. That is why sometimes when you see healers, there's a thin line. Please, he's coming. He's busy. Yeah. Let me see. Where is this from?
From now.
Where is it in?
It's really...
Oh, in the car.
Yeah, it's pouring in the car.
It's fine. That will come. Oh, gosh. Is it raining?
Raining, yeah. Inside in the car as well.
Okay. Guys, give me 1 second. Our car, the roof has gone somehow, and I need to just put something to cover it. So I'm coming. Don't go far. You can have tea break. You can see I'm doing my live session. It's a kind, it's leather. It's gonna be cleaned properly. Gosh. All right, guys. So I'm here. So, guys, like I was saying, that there's a confusion with which I can see with healers. Because a lot of us, I've already said this, guys, there are things that they happen to us spiritually. Sometimes some people, they get confused between which is which and which is not, which is which and which is not. By that I mean, as healers, sometimes you might meet the person that you marry, and your people are happy with that and you get married. Sometimes after that, you might meet that one who's coming spiritually to help with ancestors. He works spiritually with ancestors. Physically, you'll be going crazy in real life. Spiritually is working with ancestors. Those two are not meant to be taken further up than what is meant to be doing to let you grow spiritually. So sometimes spiritual people, you might find that they get to that and they get so confused, they do not know what is happening to them, then they start lying about ancestors. Sometimes ancestors have nothing to do with it. That is where we should not lie about tradition and ancestors. But polygamy, it is real, guys. It is real life. Sometimes you might find that the person that you get to see first or you see after as a married person. Because remember, we're talking about polyandry, polygamy. It means that it's either you're going to be living with two people or, 2 or 3 people. That's why I need my tea. I still don't understand why my tarot card has got a heart with 3 things sticking on it. I'm still trying to understand what it was about me getting married to 3 people breaking into my heart. Anyway, I was talking about this is the truth of Komao. We're talking about things with the truth and stuff like that. What are you guys saying? Because I went and I don't know what you guys are saying there. Anyway, okay. What was the question with Matlap? I think okay. Okay. All right. That one, guys, remember your ancestors is not because they were married to 2 people, they will make you want to marry 2 people. Let's not confuse ancestors. It's nothing to do with that. When you're marrying 2 people, it's either you're marrying that one, because remember sometimes as healers, especially I see with male healers, You find that you marry the love, then you realize that the person who is going to be helping you go nicer in this path, spiritually in this path, it is someone who's got the same interest as you, a traditional healer like you, or someone who's going to be pushing that bit of you while the other one is not pushing that bit of you. So the person who's pushing that bit of your traditional healer stuff, you tend to marry them. So you have two, because the other one is bringing the other bit, is making the home grow properly like that. The other one is helping with the spirituality bit of things. Even if for women can be done. But for women can be done, but it's very rare. But it is a normal thing. It's a normal thing. And all these things, men or female, they have to be done properly. Not to be done out of, guys, sometimes as people who can get married so quick, sometimes you can remember that sometimes you can meet someone when you're nicely feeling nice. You taste the fruit. You go crazy. You cannot think. You marry fast. When it's not the person that you're supposed to be sitting down properly and throwing the divination bone, and the person said, throw them again. Throw them for the third time. I'm talking about the third hubby. The second hubby. The third one, if in case that happens as well. So sometimes we do things, we quickly jump into situations, but everything it happens for a reason, guys. Remember, spiritually, everything happens for a reason. But when your person comes, the one that is supposed to be helping you see the bones as you're supposed to see them, call bones by different names. Because when they are in your presence, sitting down around the bones, you will see and hear what the bones are saying. Because those are the people who are there for that reason. So as healers, guys, it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job as a healer. It's not easy. Remember that. It's not easy. Because you might think that you're there, happily ever after. Only to find out that all of a sudden, I just do these cards like this. This one just came out now. I just do these cards like this, live on air like this, live on this. And one of you there, male healers, Abumkulu there, say to me, hold the card, the one that you just opened, it means this and that. And it shakes me. It starts shaking me. I just hear that from Mkulu there. And it confuses me. I remember things properly. This is the problem, guys. It is the problem with spirituality. Because in spirituality, you are directed towards people who are vibrating at the same level as you. That is where it gets confusing for male and female together. But now we're not talking about the confusion, we're talking about the marriage. The paying lobola. The paying lobola for both. The paying lobola for both of them. So who pays lobola? Who pays lobola then? Why didn't my ancestor tell me about this one? So who pays lobola? My ancestors didn't tell me this one. So I'll just leave that one. I don't know who pays lobola. Anyway, what did you guys say? Be brought to her so that the next husband will help her grow spiritually and emotionally, because the current husband is an atheist, yes, doesn't believe in anything. Yes, exactly, Gogo. That is true. That is very true. Spiritually, guys, this is a difficult journey. It is a difficult journey. It's a difficult journey. It is a difficult journey, especially the moment you start opening up where you can sense any kind of anything. Meaning that you'll be sensing people who align with you properly. You'll be sensing everything. Anything that take you down. If you were there, you go shoot up there with being or traditional healer. Anything pulling you down there, it will pull you down there. You won't be aligning properly. While you're up there trying to understand the traditional things of things. Out there, your people are out there with you. They see that our child down there, that person is pulling our child down there, pulling our child downwards. Your ancestors will make a way. Will make a way so that you become stronger. Not for this one, for the third hand, for the third arm, the one that is going to be the same height. Is it height? Is it height? You will see a third arm appearing on this side at the same level with you, pushing you upwards. Then by the time you realize it, polyandry it is. Is that how it works? Is that how it works? Maureen said, interesting topic. Help us understand. Maureen, I'm still trying to bring my head together, to try to understand this thing myself. I'm trying to understand it. And my understanding, I'm trying to understand it in a way that I want to know if it is possible for didn't say anything there. A healer with 3 husbands. A healer with 4 husbands. A healer with 5 husbands. Guys, that means if I have 5, I'll be coming here. It will be BEP after BEP after BEP. Because imagine that these 5 will be coming with their ancestors as well. Their ancestors will want to give me gifts. So that means, therefore, there will be many BEPs coming through at one go. Was that right? But then, it's traditional. It is our tradition. We marry happy. Let's see what you guys are saying. Okay, Nyasha saying, I think our men are just good actors. Nyasha, if you let your ancestors deal with it, you won't find an actor. You can tell an actor from far. An actor will be appearing to you, but you will see their script before they start opening their mouth. Real One said, I love your dreads. Oh, Real One, you want to be my polyandry? Real One, are you a female or a male? Are you a female or a male? This is the thing that causes polyandry. If it's a woman marrying a man and a woman, it's polyandry still, isn't it? Is it? Is it? Real One, you've got hearts of hair. You're pushing it. Petty, the female family pay lobola for the new guy because her ancestors brought him in. I cannot say Petile, I know that bit. My people didn't get to that stage. My people just told me that yes, it is normal. It's normal. It's very rare. But it happens. But it doesn't happen just because you taste it. the fruit, you had sex. In the middle of fun, you forgot yourself, forgot you bet. And then you get caught in the middle of two men. And then you realize you made a mistake, but then you have to pay the price and marry two. It doesn't happen like that, guys. It happens between the families. The families talk about it. Is not supposed to be a secret. It's supposed to be the families, even down as spiritual as in physical. They sit around each other and they say, we hear the ancestors are saying this. We got confirmation as well from this and that. The reason for doing this is because of this. We think it will be best for all of us, the three set of families, for that to go on. And as well, when it is done, it's not done to belittle anyone. It is done with respect, because as people, we need to respect ancestors and the living people. Because the families are meant to be happy and living. Remember, as people, we need respect. So we need to be respecting each other as people, so that even the community, they will look at that family with respect. They will not look at that family like, look at you. You are being treated like this. Remember, guys, spirituality, everything has to be done with respect. Therefore, it means I have to respect the family I'm married into, and the family who are being introduced to these solid two families, that there's another one coming, not to make us fight, to strengthen everything, because three sets together, our defenses can be strong, because the three set of us, or the four set of us together, you as a healer coming with this beat, that other family as well bringing the other beat that is needed for your healing, together, you will see within our communities, we won't have this kind of problems that we see. We see men messing up women. We see men leaving children there. We see men raping there. We see women actually raping as well. We see women ill-treating others. We won't have those things, because traditionally, the whole thing has to be done harmoniously, so that everyone stays, we become close-knit, strong. That community becomes strong. If you're marrying from the community that is not yours, it means that other community will bring out something to your community, and together you'll be strengthened. You'll be very, very strong and powerful. When I'm saying spiritually powerful, guys, forget about what you're gonna gain financially or material. I'm talking about you as a healer, what you'll be bringing to your community, because the whole thing, guys, is not about us. As in, I guess you'll be enjoying yourself, but then, will you? I shouldn't have said that. Hey, I got lost there. Together, the community will be built. When I'm saying community, guys, I think we need to start remembering that being a healer is not about self. It's about being part of bigger purpose, part of a building up community. You are not going to bring something that is going to destroy communities. The communities are going to be looked at like they are nothing. There's nothing. This community looks stupid. There's nothing like that, guys. As healers, I shouldn't be talking like that, because even me, I've got my weaknesses. Polyandry. Polyandry. Guys, would you do it? Would you do it? Would you do polyandry if you were given the chance? Will you do it? Let's hear what you guys say. Will you do it? If you were given the chance, will you do it? Because I think I'll do it. I think I'll do it, but and when you're doing it, you should not be selfish. You should not be selfish when you're doing it, because the way they're saying is that it means, guys, because this is a spiritually kind of thing where you're building up that strong, that power, right? Spiritual power that is there that some of us don't see. You should allow that, if as a woman, you should allow the men to put the seeds so that we have plants growing, so that we don't talk about like this kind of seed, this kind of seeds have disappeared. We don't see these plants anymore. I'm talking about the continuity of your family survival. We don't see these plants anymore, because when you're doing it as a healer, remember you're doing it for a big reason as well. You should allow, there should be that respect that you allow the men to have the ancestral continuity as well in their part. But then the thing is, what I don't understand, I cannot think about it without thinking about sex. What happens actually with these things? Do you actually, I mean, I know men, the polygamy, they will do it, isn't it? They will do it. And with men, obviously, it's easy to say the family are growing, isn't it? Because it's one man, isn't it? And you can't confuse anything, isn't it? You know that is that seed, what is growing from that. You planted that particular seed, and it will grow and make the same kind of seed that will grow, right? As a woman, remember this is traditional things, and I'm talking with respect. As much as I'm trying to think about it the way I think about plants. Because if I'm talking about it openly, like sex, how you're gonna be making love with someone, I'm gonna be starting to think about other things, guys, and start to think like, because I'm an image person. I visualize things and I think about things as in. So if you're a woman, you're married to two men, the seeds, you're consuming two seeds, two different kind of seeds. Is that is spiritually supposed to happen like that, or is supposed to? My ancestors didn't give me enough information. I wanted to know that bit, whether you the seeds that are in the seeds that we consume, if there are two different kind of seeds that we consume and we water the seeds, so is the plant that is going to come out, are we going to want to know which plant comes out, or which plant is it? Which family plant is it? Polyandry, I think the way it was done, guys, it was done with respect. I mean, things like this is not supposed to be like, you're not supposed to even be questioning that bit. I mean, it's supposed to be I'm a healer. I'm supposed to think about how babies are made. So, don't think I do not know what I'm thinking. I know what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to bring it out nicely in a way that I'm thinking it. What my ancestors didn't tell me is that are there shifts where you're going to know that, oh, I mean, this person who's going to be helping you to be powerful. Is it you're going to be powerful, meaning that you're going to be consuming? I guess you will consume. Is it called marriage consumption? Is it consuming? Guys, this is the truth of God. We are gossiping with the truth. And you should not judge me. Here there is no judgment. You judge, you disappear. Because we are talking about the truth of God here. Things that our ancestors do that we don't understand, and we're trying to understand them. Because they just leave us hanging. They don't give us all the information. They want us to go asking other people. They want us to go trying to patch things together. Therefore, we're going to end up doing these kind of things. Start picturing things. And these things, they're not supposed to be pictured. We're supposed to be shown these things in dreams. Like doing things that they say they're supposed to be done in polyandry. Showing us how we alternate between two different. Remember, I'm up for polyandry myself. I believe that given the chance, not being in UK, I should be polyandry. If I was given the chance, guys, because it depends where you are. Remember, it really depends where you are. You can't do the polyandry being somewhere where you're going to be arrested. Will my husband even understand? Because I'm still trying to explain the ancestors bit. Anyway, what was I talking about? What was I talking about, guys? Let's see what you're saying. This thing is so confusing. How is too confusing? What are you guys saying? Okay. Hey. Mamboga said my soul partner to be is already in marriage. I'm comfortable to go join the family. And I have had several dreams living happily together with his wife, several confirmations from ancestors. That one. And I don't, the soul partner one, this is the bit I'm talking about. The soul partner one is the bit that I don't understand why ancestors do things like this. Because ancestors mess up things. Ancestors are the ones messing up things. Ancestors are the ones. Am I talking? Today I'm not talking. Today I'm not standing up for ancestors. Today I'm coming to as my own. I'm talking about the truth of God. Ancestors are the one messing people. Okay, maybe I'm not supposed to say that. Ancestors are the ones making a little bit of confusion with these things, because especially when ancestors are making you meet your soul partner, right? So if ancestors make you meet your soul partner, and your soul partner, like Mambogas is saying, is in a marriage, and the soul partner path, guys, that path is the most difficult spiritual journey ever. That path is messy. That path is a shit stirrer. Oh. Truth of God, what we say. That path, it is, like I'm saying, ancestors, they bring out someone who, actually, this is not even, this one is not physical. This one physically you're not doing anything. Physically you're there, you're confused, you're going crazy, right? Spiritually they are controlling things. They are turning the tables. Is that turning the tables? Physically they're doing, spiritually they're doing things, guys. That one is a journey on its own. It is the, remember that one is a journey of, is a journey. That one is going to be shifting you. Your ancestors, they want you to be like illuminated. They want you to be like what they call those people who, the highest of the highest, who go higher up there spiritually. Like they don't even know what is happening to them. They are now floating. Like you're physically living, but you're floating. Ancestors want you to be physically living, but floating. Living in between the spiritual realm and this. Okay, not between spiritual. Living in between the earth, the physical thing and the spiritual. They want you to be in the middle and not going down there, but going higher up there. They introduce that one that Mambokas is talking about, the messy one. When I'm saying messy, I mean it is messy, that one. Anyway, and it's not even the polyandry even doesn't even go into it. Obviously, let's say Petty, we'll get you covered, Mambo guys. We'll get you covered. Don't worry, we'll get you covered. Nyasha, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, Petty, oh yes, go. I'd be glad to do it, because if the first husband is for reproduction, you got it. Because his genes are good, but the other is bringing spiritual growth, then what have I got to lose? Exactly. The only thing that you got to lose is when they're saying, yes, it's spiritual growth, but then you cannot do the you cannot count your fingers. That's what I meant when I was also doing that, counting fingers. For the spiritual people, understand me. Spiritual ears first. Anyway, Maureen, Gogo, if Mkulu Gogo wants 2-3 wife or husband, Barakibadim, they are not supposed to meet in the bedroom until process is done, then I'll understand, man. Enjoying the fruit, then Orikibadim now. This is what I'm saying, Maureen. This is what I'm saying. The whole thing has to start spiritually. The families have to meet spiritually. You are not supposed to enjoy the fruit. But unfortunately, as physical people, especially if they get you meet that person, if the ancestors, they think that person will be helping you spiritually and you meet them physically, unfortunately, the lines might not be able to be drawn. You might end up, not waiting for ancestors to sit down in invisible chairs, talk about things, so that when they finish sitting down in invisible chairs, they come and bring the things to you. They want you to wait. So that is the problem, unfortunately. As human beings, is a problem to hold it together, guys. It's difficult to hold it. Guys, as spiritual people, just be in a room full of spiritual people. Just be in a room full of spiritual people yourself. People who have gone through the cleansing. People who have gone through everything you've gone through. People who are vibrating at your same level. I'm talking about just being in their presence. I'm not talking about sexual. I'm not talking about anything. Come back to the next truth of God. Tell me how it feels, the vibrations there. People who you are aligning properly with, spiritually, like you are in the same level. Remember, you cannot be the same, but I'm talking about, let's say you're all in level 5. Tell me how you, as a spiritual person, how you feel in a room full of people who are vibrating the same way as you're vibrating. And I'm not talking about, remember as people, right? Remember as people, This I'm not talking about the other one that Mambogoz is talking about. I'm not talking about soul partner. That one is just messy. That one, whether you're vibrating or you're not vibrating, you will definitely vibrate. So I'm talking about spiritual people. Let's just say we are meeting in a room, we're going to be playing drums. You're all vibrating at the same, because it's very rare. You're vibrating together. Say, tell me how it feels to be in that kind of room full of those people. Now tell me that your ancestors, they send someone vibrating like that to you. And they're still deciding up there in the ancestral realm whether the families are supposed to link together. Hey, what am I saying here? Hey, where was I going with this? I should remember I'm here. Anyway, where was I going with that one? Hey, looks like I was going out. My clapper said, I was 9 years. And so my mother asked me about. The reason she asked me was because, did I miss something? My clapper said, okay. Okay, I was 9 years. My mother asked me about. The reason she asked me was because most women in the village who had daughters wanted me to marry into their family. Anyway, by then already I said yes to it. Okay, this is interesting. I haven't changed my mind about it. That's interesting, Matlapa. No, why it's like a poly. Guys, I ain't coming home for one polyandry. I should be coming home to to collect my ancestors, people. I should go home if I'm going home to polyandry. If my ancestors want me to do it, they should send me someone who's gonna be helping me with Sukiru, the Kalanga person. Should be sending me someone who's gonna be helping me with Nzunza, the Mashangan people. They should send me someone who's gonna be helping me with the Venda people person. They should be sending me someone who's gonna be helping with Abalos, the Zulu side of it. They should be sending me someone who's gonna be the controller. There's two new one. There's two new controller. The one who's gonna balance everyone. Hey guys, but spiritual people, some days actually you do not even want anything like. You do not actually want anything. I mean, sometimes you really are spiritually high up there in other realms. I mean, the last thing you want is that bit. So imagine you're married to two, and I guess the balancer will be able to bring you down. So you can be, even if you're in level 8 and they're still in level 5, they'll pull you down back to level 5 so you can do the natural things, I guess. What am I saying here? Guys, what the hell is this topic all about? Anyway, what was I talking? Where was I actually? Okay, time delay there. Maureen, yes, that's my understanding. You don't get to enjoy the fruits before. This is very true. You're not supposed to enjoy the fruit before. But guys, some fruits, if you're seeing it there, what do? You keep on pointing at it and saying it's a fruit. It smells nice. If it's a fruit, is it supposed to smell nice? What am I saying, guys? Spiritual people. I think there was a. But I guess. This one is a different thing. What is basically saying now? Go, even with women, you are sprouting more seeds, a variation of fruits, eliminating having a single type of fruit in the world, but a variate. But now, listen to this one. Definitely fruits equals more diversity, heightened immunity. Actually, I never thought about it like that. That is very important reason. That must be important reason that our ancestors want us to go into this. Because that is what it is all about, guys. It is all about that. Because some seeds will keep on, some seeds will sprout. Yeah, but what am I saying? Seriously, this topic is different, isn't it? This topic is different. But I'm thinking about nature. Some fruits will, Lindy is laughing about this. Lindy, this is a serious topic. Goba, as healers, we know the Father, okay, Ubuntu, all children are our children. That's true, Nyasha. That's true, Nyasha, and I think you're ready for this one. But what? Okay, but I'm not coming back for no true polyandry things. I need the real stuff. That sister's situation has nothing to do with clothes. The fact that which one? She says she will make them get along whether they like it or not. Which one is this? I do not want to be involved. This one I won't get involved, Cecilia. Oh God, can I say this one? The chakra wise. What is the chakra wise? I'm very ready, Go. Can I satisfy them? Chakra wise. Okay. Okay, the chakra. This is what I was actually even thinking about. The chakra wise. Remember the chakra wise. I think that is why it is rare now. It is rare to go into that polyandry path, because your people would have. But even that other one, the way it comes as well together, hey, it's another thing only together. The chakras. The chakra thing is not gonna be like it's not an ongoing thing, guys. That if that's what you're talking about, Betsy, the chakras, right? It's not gonna be like a thing. That one is like Mutusu Abadin. It comes like it's a ancestors' help. It comes when it's needed, it's necessary to align you properly. Actually, talking about that, I remember asking my ancestors if I could get that same thing again. The Kundalini. I told you no judgment today. You judge me, you're off here. You are judging, you're gonna be going. So my people said I'm becoming abusive. I want to abuse ancestors' help. Hey, maybe this one is different. Hey, this one is different. Hey, this one is different. Hey, real one says no. Basically, the point was, it's obvious that you will be sexually attracted to a person vibrating the same frequency as your soul. We should know the difference between lust and real calling. You then get lost. That is the thing. That is the thing. Guys, lust is lust. Lust is lust. Lust, it means it will come and it will go. That is lust. Now, the other one, that the one that comes to help you spiritually, it doesn't go. That is the problem with that one. I don't know how Mambagat is going to do that one. I don't know how Mabongas is going to do that one. But if she's saying them married and living happily ever after, the three of them, that is nice, isn't it? That one is not lust, and it will never be lust, and it can never be lust. That one is not something that you control it yourself. Physically, you cannot control it. Spiritually, you have no say in it. Things just happen. Ancestors just bring it in and out, introducing it so that you can be pushed to grow spiritually, then disappears. They withhold it. Then you start like physically wondering, I want to feel the same way. It's nothing there, going crazy. Until it comes where you're supposed to grow spiritually, they bring it out and you go crazy. What is happening to me? I'm a healer. Then it go. That one is not last. That one is just gonna be. They're gonna be it's like a radio, right? They're turning the volume up. You go crazy, right? You'll be going crazy. I'm feeling something. What is happening? Turn it down. Decrease it when they think you're relaxed. These are ancestors doing exactly this in solution realms. I think they're doing exactly that. They're holding the volume button and they're turning it like this. So physically, people can feel things that ancestors want people to feel. And then they turn it down. Then they increase the volume. Then you go crazy. Then you start asking, so which bone is this one? So that ancestors can reduce the volume a little bit. So which bone did you say this one is? You're like this. You're dizzy. So the other bone you said is I use it how? So the plant you were talking about is, I have to go and get it away. Okay, I'm gonna go, my sisters. And reduce the volume, you start behaving properly. Then they see you relax. They turn it up. Sisters. So I'm supposed to heal people. So I'll take anyone who comes to me and I'll heal them. The feeling is too much. Anyway, that is the other one. But today we're talking about polyandry and polygamy. Let's talk about polyandry and polygamy, guys. Polyandry and polygamy is a serious thing. It's our tradition. We should respect it. It is used for good things. It's not used for playing. It's used to enhance our lives. It's used to make sure that we grow spiritually, we become powerful. That is the one. Anyway, let's see what you guys are saying. A real one is saying, if the man is rich, because I'm not giving my kids pounds to support no one unless it is a person sleeping outside hungry. I'll never do that though. Hey, let's hear what the real one is saying. Real one, this has nothing to do with you, real one. This we are talking about when ancestors are saying, this one will be good to help you with this other one. This one will be good to help you with this other one. You take them, my child, and this together you'll be very strong and powerful. But I guess for women, right? I don't know about men because I've never been a man and I've never seen how it is done with men. And I know is it my grandfather or my great grandfather had two wives? Yeah, both my grand. I mean, even the ones who gave me the bones things had two wives. I mean, I just had an aha moment, guys. If the person who's giving me this gift, I can throw them there. Refuse to look at them until you tell me you can see what I'm seeing. If my people have two wives, it means that. But why is my tarot card showing me a heart with three things? What they call these things? Three of these things with three. Why is my tarot card with this nonsense? Why is this mine like this? Hello. So what is this even? The ace. What is this? What is this thing called? The sword. Why is my tarot card having sword? Because I'm from a family of polygamy. So that means I'm likely to. It's not possible because it's not possible maybe. Guys, let's stop being judgy and just look at things as they are. It must be a good thing. I mean, but as a woman, it's difficult, isn't it? As a woman, it will be difficult to do, because women are more on the emotion part of things, isn't it? I mean, like, oh no, that's not true, is it? Because anyway, let's see what you guys are saying. Man, if he's rich, you marry them if they're rich. Real one, if you're a healer, you're gonna be rich anyway, in your own way. Okay? I'm not talking about as in, forget about the material stuff. Rich with wisdom. You do not need financial kind of, okay, it's needed, isn't it? But what I mean is that it is, I can say it's easy, is it? Fatima Mama, Tobe. Purple heart. We are fine, fighting. We are fine. We are fighting it away, thinking, hey, two people. Hey. I'll marry two men, though. That is real one. Oh, Shakara, you mean sex? Oh, I think you thought. Where have I been? I didn't know that Shakara is sex. Shakara is sex now. Hey, Manga, it's been sex for a long time. Hiya, hey, hi. Things we don't know. We don't know what these things, you know. Hey, Roy Killer. Hey, what? Nelisa, you're laughing about this. This is not funny. Maureen Roy Killer la usually. Look, if you look, think about it as in these things is agreed spiritually that you have these two. The only thing that I do not know yet about is how the whole thing works and where these people they're gonna be living. Whether they remember for men, traditionally, the queens that I knew who had many. Traditionally, two men, well, I guess if you guys, I think we should not see this polyandry thing in a sexual way, because you guys are sexual people. You think about these things the wrong way. This thing is spiritual, guys. It's spiritual. For all we know is that the other one is not even going to be involved with you in that way. He's just going to be helping you talk to your ancestors. Guys, this is the truth of God. We do not know. I do not know how it happens. All I know is that my people said it is normal, but it's rare, but it happens. They didn't give me enough information. Now they're leaving me, but like I said, it's the truth of God. I'm being myself. I'm talking about things that I understand. And I'm being like talking about it as in a honest way. How I'm looking at it. For me, since polygamy people are doing polygamy left, right. They've been doing it. They've got the cap for it. Now we're talking about something that for our people has stopped for some time. Well, some people are still doing it. But you see how our people do it. They don't do it in a way that is like that in the open, where it is embarrassing others. It is done in a nice way where everyone understands that gogo will go to that heart in someone's yard. The gogo will go, you see you see every month going to someone's ndumba, going to talk to ancestors to strengthen the spirituality side of things, coming home to strengthen my family side of things. Things were done properly, guys. These things that we're seeing now is not, were they done like that? Were they actually being done like that? But I mean, we grew up seeing our people doing things and we not doing things, doing them but not doing them. Like it was not obvious, but things were happening in the background. Nicely done. People were respected. People were respecting themselves and the ancestors. And ancestors, they knew from higher up there that these things are meant to happen for our children so that they're going to be happy. All of them are going to be happy. The bones are going to be thrown nicely. People are going to be healed nicely. Everyone is going to be understandable. They will understand that this is happening like that. This is happening. Even the husband, you see them sitting down around the choro, like that circle thing where they're talking about discussing community things. They look at each other like, you. That's not right, isn't it? That's not right. Guys, but this is the truth of God now. I'm talking about things in my personal way. They don't do things like that. I mean, this is different, guys. But remember that we need to respect our ancestors, spirits, and guides. Because if I don't respect them now, before I go to bed, in my dreams tonight, they're going to be showing me doing stupid things in a way that, like, you are like this. Actually, they're going to be even telling me, even my uncle saying you're embarrassing us. Because I think they did say I'm embarrassing them. Anyway, what were they saying that about? I did something and they said that. The spirituality thing is not easy. It's just not easy. Now people are talking, they're saying shakara is sex. Hey, what is happening there? The second husband is allowed to live separately from the main family at his house because he's allowed to have another wife. That is what my people are saying. Suppose he's allowed to have another wife, and that wife as well will know that I'm a hubby jiggle with someone. The healer, the hubby comes, splinty. My hubby just released some. Oh, okay, it's not released, is it? How do you speak in metaphoric about things like that? Hey, guys, these things are difficult for us. Some of us just want to talk about it as it is. You know, your hubby was with someone, they were they were rabbiting. Is it rabbiting? Hey, that one in Sotho is called what? Guys, so as a wife, you know that obviously, I mean, these things are done with respect. Now we're just talking as people because we're trying to heal as well. Because if you hear about these things, you start going to be living like nevers. You're going to be thinking, my ancestors going to be telling me that I need to marry someone for them. You actually like, what happens if my ancestors ask me to marry someone and marry another person and marry another person? How am I going to deal with it? The situation, it becomes difficult because I grew up not seeing this around, even though I knew that they were happening before, but I've never seen them like real life. Now I'm seeing something that looks like it's heading towards because ancestors as well, they like that kind of thing. Like, if that one is doing it, we're doing it with our child as well. Imagine that, your ancestors sitting down there and saying, we want our child as well to enjoy. Is it enjoy? Oh, to make the spirituality powerful so that as ancestors we sit here powerful. We are surrounded by 2-3 sets of families because we are recruiting. Is it recruiting? This thing is difficult to explain in English. It's not too. But it is nice. It's nice. It's nice thing. It's nice thing, guys. It's nice thing. I mean, if you're doing these things nicely, you know that it's for your work. No one knows about it. You don't need to announce it, because announcing it as well. Remember that the husband that you bring into the family, the spiritual, the one who comes because ancestors want you to enrich your community, right? If it's made like that, the woman who comes for him next is gonna be feeling inferior. That is the bit that our people do not like. They do not like those things where the other one feel inferior. Everyone has to feel they're part of a bigger thing. This is bigger. You understand? They're part of it. So we are the four set of families are now working together in this union. And it's not done. Some of you, I know, you are thinking you're gonna have two people at the same time. It ain't going like that. It is spiritual. What is married to men is another story, but sleeping with them, for me, I can't deal. Zola, let's just leave you there. With you, you cannot deal. We leave it there. And I hope you don't say it out loud. Your sisters are listening to you. Our sisters never give you something you cannot do. They know you so that they will never give you a cross you can't bear. It becomes a cross. It's easy. I can't spend it. Hey, listen to Matlapa. It's trying to put it nicely. It is yeah, yeah, I think is the usual one. Matlapa is putting it nicely. So she's saying in Sotho, for those who don't understand Sotho, they were saying it that the other one is setting up the bed for you. Is it? Malao. So the woman is going to the other man's heart and setting the bed nicely for the man and coming out of the heart without anything being done. Because it is respect. You cannot say what was actually happening after putting the duvet on the bed, stretching it up nicely. Remember that this is the truth of God. Right? Our ancestors are not listening to this. My ancestors are not listening to this, I don't think. Because if they're listening to this, they're not going to be happy with me. So you setting up the bed nicely, you leave it like that. You leave the heart. You tell the man that your ancestors have set you up with and saying, I've just put the bed together. You can go and sleep. I'm going home. Then you go to your own heart. You do the same thing. You're saying, I've just gone to the other heart, and that man that you know's heart that my ancestors have chosen for me, I've just put the duvet nicely, stretched the duvet, covered the bed nicely, and told him that I've done that. So now I'm going to come here and do my one. So there's no touching or anything like that. But touching they were doing. Touching they were doing. Not only were they touching, they were partly. If it's the ancestors one, do you partner with first before you? Guys, let me not do that because my ancestors might start running. I think I'm calling them. Do you do the partling first? But I guess you have to, because if it's a spiritual one, because when you go in there, obviously you have to let your people know you're going there so that they come and watch you doing the right things, so that spiritually, because remember these things, this is a big thing, guys. You guys are not thinking this is a big thing. This is big. It is spiritually big out there. I mean, having to do that kind of thing, that is a proper union of two spiritually loved ancestors. Watching two people that they want to strengthen something, doing the deeds as per the instructions. Is how it is done. Is that how it is done, guys? Anyway, if they don't tell us the things, we're going to be picturing things. And picturing things. And be adding up spices. Because they should be telling us that we should be doing this as well. It cannot be others are doing it and some of us are just there watching. What is wrong with our ancestors? Polyandry, I want. What if, I guess it, as a healer, you cannot, as a healer, can you go and become another person's, yeah, I guess you can, isn't it? You can go into another person's, but depending on the kind of ancestors you're carrying, isn't it? Because if you're carrying ancestors who wants to be in control, they wouldn't want you to become another. So the question is, how do they actually even decide that you need to do the polyandry or not polygamy? By that I mean, how do they decide that, oh, since you'll be married, isn't it? So to be married, obviously you can't leave that one. You need to add to it. Oh, okay, all right, I get that one. Because I was starting to think that, can they, like me now, ask me to go and do polygamy? Okay, so they only do that, especially if you're married, isn't it? If you're okay, they think that you're in the right place, but they just want you to add to it. I think that's what they do, to add someone in. I think that's what they're asking us. Well, they haven't asked me. They haven't asked me that, but I think that's what they ask people to do. And this thing is difficult. What are you talking about? Who's moving? Guys, ancestors are watching us all the time anyway. Are they? Are the ancestors watching us? Ancestors are watching us. Is that what you meant? This one is one low. They're watching us, I think. I think they're watching us. They are watching us. But they're not watching us like the way you guys are thinking. There's no fun in that. But because if they were not watching us, I can't go there because that would be too personal. Stop there. Polyandry, I want. I think polyandry is a good step into the right direction. And imagine if they link you up for polyandry with someone who's going to make the country successful. It's going to be someone who's going to be leading you. It's going to be like that one who's going to be remember, as a country, we need a lot of healing. As a country, we still need our land. As a country, we still need, as a country, we are suffering in our own countries. So if you are married and spiritually you're meant to be heading towards that, I think the ancestors, that's where they get involved for serious things, guys. They don't get involved for small things. Things like you want to chew too many gums. people cannot be used as gums. It's not even metaphoric, is it? But ancestors, these people are brought in for serious things. Just think about our queens, guys. The queens we had before. They had many husbands for big strategic reasons. Not this nonsense. Ancestors wouldn't get you married so because you can go get in the. Hey, Wanda. Guys, I almost went to the Sutu beat, and that was going to be like a serious thing. Hey, I was going to regret that one. Ancestors, guys, all these things, you do not see just people just there. They are in this polygamy or polyandry for playing around just because they're enjoying. They're enjoying. Now we're not talking about real. We're not talking about things that are the thing. We're talking about healers, right? As healers, these things are for serious things, guys. For serious things, serious things. When they get you to go into that, it's for serious things. Serious things. I even doubt sex is going to be part of it. Well, I do not know, isn't it? I'm talking about something I don't know. Remember, I'm talking about something I don't know. I'm talking about something that I've never seen, even in dream format. All I know was just I wanted to get understanding of this, so my people explain it to me, as in talking to me. I haven't seen it in dream format. So if I saw this in dream format, it would have been easy for me to explain it, like you will understand it. But now I'm explaining theory. And the theory bit, the ancestors, they summarize it. They gave me the summary. And I think they were even asking them, they were thinking for me. They were probably thinking, why am I asking? Where am I leading them? Because I think the way I asked them, it kind of made them, I think that I was asking for, maybe they thought, did they actually even think that? What did they say? What did they say when I asked? Oh, they were nice. They were nice. They answered me nicely. They just said, it is possible, my child. That's how they started. Because normally they tend to, we know where you're going with this. But this time they answered me nicely, like, it is possible, my child. That thing is possible. But it looks like, for me, they didn't say anything about me. So it is just something I'll talk about. So probably one day I will be marrying you guys into your polyandry marriages. Do you need a healer to help you marry another person? Hey, I do not know. Guys, that's something that is new to me. Hey, this spiritual journey is you get surprised. You wake up surprised every day. Every day you wake up, there's something new you need to find out. I mean, how do we live like this? Even phones are not updated every day like that. This one, spirituality, it's like every day there's new information. Every day. You're trying to think things, something comes in. You're trying to start. Actually, talking about that, I was even thinking about the other bit. Let's see what you guys are saying. Patsy, take away from this session is the fact that I haven't been crazy or possessed by demon in the past year. I can freely breathe now. What has been happening, Patsy? Your people have been sending you to people, and have been sending people to you. Guys, this journey is not easy. It's not easy. It is not easy. It's not an easy journey. So if your people, guys, this is not something that it's not one size fits all, right? It's one of those things that no one has to explain something to you. You need to experience something as you go along. It is practicality. It has to have happened. Otherwise, we'll be consuming other people's experiences and thinking that that's how things are. This spirituality is like everything you need to, you experience it, right? You experience it. And if you haven't lived it, you haven't worked with people like that, you wouldn't know. All you just know is that it's something that other people do it like that, which is the wrong bit of spirituality. You should never go into spirituality like that. You should go into it as you learning as you go. You are being taught the right things for you, things that are right for you. When you're experiencing things that are uncomfortable, some people haven't experienced them. So therefore, when you're asking them, they want to explain things in their way because they haven't experienced them. They will say they don't exist. Like even me, this polyandry thing, I was thinking, so because I haven't been introduced to it as in dream format or even any other way until my ancestors told me that it exists. Otherwise, I would have been thinking that people just are greedy. They want it all. But besides that, the other bit, the one that healers tend to go through, that one where you spiritually, your people will push people around towards you. The people who are going to be pushing you, taking you up there spiritually. Therefore, you get confused because you do not know where you are, what you're supposed to be doing. You thought you were comfortable, you were stable, you were right. Ancestors brought something in to kickstart your spiritual journey. Then you don't know what is what. You do not know who to talk to. You don't understand what is actually happening to you. You are left hanging. That is the spirituality of things, guys. So in spirituality, like I'm saying, when it comes to relationships, most of relationships that we'll go into, sometimes they will be pushing us towards something. But just imagine, you do not know, you are as innocent as you are. You just like, because remember, like with spirituality, sometimes you wake up happy, right? You're happy. Okay, I think I mentioned this one. You wake up happy, you're very, very happy the day. Then zoom, alignment, because that is where you meet that one who aligns with you, vibrating the same way. Start wondering what the hell is happening in here. Is polyandry what? When it's actually not. When it's just that day you wake up like that. And if you make that big mistake of forgetting the thin line, you're going to talk about you lying about ancestors. You're going to lie about ancestors and say, ancestors said this. When it's your interest, you're blaming your ancestors because unfortunately, you couldn't see the thin line between the two. I don't know where I'm going with this one. Anyway, what is Petile saying? They've been training me for it, Gogo. That's why I said now I know exactly what you were going to talk about when you started this live. Maybe I'm the one to do it. You'll teach us about it. You'll teach us about it, Petile. That would be really good to teach us about this, because we'll love to know. Because at the moment, for me, I'm just thinking about other things. I'm thinking about the other things, the things that ancestors actually they are not even thinking about. I'm thinking about it because I'm a human being. I'm thinking about, imagine, like me with my cups of coffees and teas. Imagine sitting down like this. God, someone coming from this door, someone coming from that door. That one coming with coffee, that one coming with tea. Me being here and being confused. Which one is hot? Which one has sugar? Huh? Confusion. Huh? This is the things, guys. And then, hey, ancestors. Hey, but we love them. Remember, we love ancestors. No one, if you don't love your ancestors, you've got a problem. We love them. But, hey, polyandry, polygamy. Polygamy has been practiced a lot, so we are okay with it. We are okay. And it's not, I'm not talking about polygamy where people are just ridiculous. People are just ridiculous out there. People don't even know what they're doing. People just, they think, someone just goes and go into a well, enjoy the water too much and start thinking polygamy. I'm talking about the real stuff, where people are doing things the right way. Even polyandry, I'm talking about the real stuff, where people are doing things the right way, guys. You're not going to be polyandry there. You're hanging around with people who are not even building each other and you're not being built. I mean, polyandry for which ancestor? Polyandry should be, these people should be bringing out something. You will see even the community around you. that polyandry is affecting them. The moment you unionize, you go in a hut with the other husband, the first one. You see the community, all the communities are behaving properly on the street. The second time you go with the second husband, you see in the community there's no crime, there's nothing happening. Because I think that's what polyandry and polygamy is all about, isn't it? For healers. Because that's the thing, isn't it? It's not. So every time you go in that hut with the one for the ancestors, we won't be talking about anything bad within the community. Crime reduction, crime goes down. Everything goes down. Unemployment rate goes down. People start getting employed. The third time you go in that hut, we hear people talking about, but where is our land that we promised in our constitution? The fifth time you go in that hut with the polyandry husband, the spiritual one, the one that the husband, the ancestors are making you shag. You go in that hut, you come out. We are talking about our minds. We are talking about serious stuff. You start seeing people being nervous when they see you go into the hut for the 7th time, because they do not know what big shift is going to happen within the community. Now we're talking about countrywide, and the other neighboring countries are watching. They start thinking about polyandry. The healers, they start thinking about polyandry as well, because they can see how good polyandry it is doing for South Africa. Is that wishful thinking? Is that wishful thinking? That is what polyandry should be like. I think that's what the ancestors' intentions are. Anyway, maybe it's just me. So guys, that is just that. We will talk about this another day. Today was not serious stuff, guys. We're talking about the truth of common. We're just trying to understand our people. We're trying to understand what they want, what they expect of us. I mean, think about it. I mean, some people we are lazy. We can't even. Okay, polyandry is good. Polygamy is good. Traditional is tradition. Should keep it going. It's for our own survival, for the growth, for the well-being of communities. We should not forget that. That is what it's all about anyway. It's resourceful for the community anyway, to the community. That is what polyandry is. And polygamy. It's not out there where you're going to be saying, I've got codes in different area codes. It's not about that. It's about serious things. Was that song even that? Why did I even think about that song? Hey, anyway, what are you saying, Matlapa? What are you saying, Paisley? Okay, Paisley has been trained. She's gonna teach us about it. Matlapa, because you speak of marrying us someday into this poly. What are marriages there? Reminds me of a conversation I've had with my dad. I always told me when my time comes to live. Look, sometimes it might be actually even better to start and just do things together and finish, and stop like you're there. Someone is thinking they're alone, they own this car. Okay, it's not a car, is it? You're there, they're alone, they're with you. The next thing, there's another person coming. You know, have you actually seen men? Some men, they're like just imagine there's 2 men in the kitchen. Big, those gym arms, you know. You in the kitchen trying to cook. Both of them trying to cover you. stuff like that. And hey, I'm fantasizing. Hey, I'm fantasizing. I want to go lie. Mirupa to go Mirupa Lidinaga what periodical Shatamalop Ubino. Anyways, I'm digressing. Oh, you know what happened? It just remind me of when my people were telling me about my things that there will be Dinaga playing and all those kind of things. I can't wait to have that. And just all together, Dinaga and Mirupa and all together. I haven't yet had that, but I can't wait to have that physically. So that is just that. So guys, that is just that. I mean, seriously, there's nothing else to talk about apart from these interesting business things. Gosh, I've been talking to you about for 2 hours about polyandry, guys. I'm talking about something I do not know about yet, apart from theory, that it exists. Theory exists. I do not know how they do it. I do not know how they even ask for hand in marriage with that one. I do not yet know anything about it. So, like I was doing here, I was just gossiping with the little information that I have. But people are lucky out there doing the polyandry. Even me. I mean, seriously, some things we wish. Well, like, I don't know if we wish, but some things, so guys. Imagine how strong you'll be. That kind of thing, guys. I mean, it's the same thing as two men holding one man together. You see how strong the man is? I mean, I'm talking about polygamy. The woman will make the man strong. You see even the man when he's walking on the street, that man is married to 2 wives. The way he walks. Like that. So imagine now as a healer with 2 men holding you. Like when I'm saying holding you, I'm talking about the metaphorical, holding you together, making you strong, walking out there. I mean, even when you're dancing out there, everyone can see that this dance is not any dance. This dance involves 4 sets of ancestors from different tribes. Hey, different tribes or what? Because it might be just from one, isn't it? Probably may have what food. Hey, this thing is too much. This polyandry thing is too much. Some of us, we don't want to think about these kind of things. Marriage is not for women who are not virgins or men who don't have enough money. What are you saying? What marriage is not for women who are not virgins or men who don't have enough money? What are you talking about? What are you saying there? So you cannot marry if you're not a virgin, or you cannot marry if you don't have enough money. Or you mean like for people who are doing the polyandry or polygamy, you are supposed to have some money. I guess, isn't it? I guess you might be right there. You must have enough money. Guys, sometimes money is nothing. That one, money is nothing. The one that, guys, there are different kinds of love. There's love where you go in there for reason known to you. There is love, the ancestral one that the ancestors are bringing, isn't it? The ancestors will make sure the cows are there. How they appear, they will be there where the people, if it's the ancestors who are in marriage, isn't it? So meaning that the cows will using money now. Meaning that the money will come, so you go and marry the husband. Do they even say you're marrying him? I don't think they will say you're marrying him. I don't think they will say. Guys, this is late now at night. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm now becoming a proper gossiper now. I'm gossiping now, and there's no truth in it because I'm gossiping about something I do not understand properly. I'm coming out of line. Remember when we are gossiping here, we are gossiping with the truth, not gossiping now, becoming that kind of a gossiper who actually takes anything they catch, anything they hear. They're not even waiting to hear the story properly. They say, wait there, I need to go and send it to someone else. I don't want to be that gossiper. I want to gossip about the things that I know, not the things I don't know. So I don't know what I was talking about. So I'll leave it there. So guys, we'll talk again tomorrow about, not tomorrow, we'll talk again about another thing, guys. Remember, I'm an African person, so I believe in things that were done traditionally for us. Polygamy, polyandry, the way it was done properly. I believe it should be, if we're going back to that, it should be done properly, not in this modern way of thinking, this Western way of thinking, which is not right. Our people should be respectful to each other. Our families should be respectful to each other. And even us, when we're doing that, we should not be doing that because we enjoy sex too much. You get all held up there. You cannot leave that one. You just want, no. It should be like respectful. Your people, if they're asking you to marry the other person, and I don't know how they're doing it, if they're asking you to marry that person, it should be for a good reason, guys. To build us as a community, to build us as a country, to build us, not to destroy us, not to make other people make fun of us as people, as Black people, not to make other people look at us in an inferior way. For us to look at us like proudly, so that they know that these people we should not even encourage it. They should be saying that because they should be fearful when they see us doing that, because they know that when we get into that polygamy or polyandrous marriages, it's because we're going to be very strong, too powerful. So maybe that's why they try to make fun of it, because for making fun of it, we can't think about it in a positive way. We're going to be thinking about it in a negative way, so that we don't strengthen our spirituality. We become weaker as people, so that people can continue taking what is ours, what belongs to us. Because to make people feel bad, to make people not even think straight, you have to keep on things that they take, they look at them in a sacred way, things that they look at them respectfully. You have to make fun of them. You have to make a fool of people, so that people will start ignoring that bit of themselves. People start looking at that bit of themselves in a negative way. People start looking at polygamy in a bad way. People start looking at polyandry in a bad way. Remember, the words might be new, but our people have been doing all these things for good reasons, with respect. Remember that, guys. I mean, even though we're talking about the truth of God, right? But still, we need to look at it in a positive way. The truth. Because spiritually, we are very strong when we are ourselves. Spiritually, we are very strong when we hold on to our tradition, because our traditions will keep us strong. Our traditions is what will make us keep grounding us. Our traditions is what will make us not forget who we are as people. But all these new things, new names we are getting, they make us forget that traditionally these things were happening and they were called different things. But new names comes with big negative things in them. When they are putting us as African as well with them, and they see that we are ignorant as well as people, we don't look at our tradition in a positive way. They use our negative thinking to make our things bad when things are not bad. They make us behave in a strange way. They make us think, I don't even know how to put it, but it's very easy to put people down, to make people feel bad about themselves, to make people feel inferior by playing with their tradition, by making fool of what they regard highly. You have to make fool of something people look and gain something big, something that will make them continue as a people, something that will make them continue, grow them, make them survive. Make it look very simple. Make it look very like a rubbish thing. Make it and actually play it like that. Like even the people who are playing it as well, they make it look like it is not something to respect. It is something that has to be done because we have to be looked as well like we love sex too much that we can't even think of ourselves. We can't even respect the people we're carrying. We out there sleeping, opening with our ancestors. After we sleep and make mistake, people are gonna be, because what kind of ancestors people are going to be thinking about? Ancestors letting you sleep like that with someone and they do not say anything. They do not say, as a healer, you're not supposed to hold yourself like that. A code of conduct and behaviors of a healer should be respectful. I am not. I am not. And I repeat, I've got my own weaknesses. So, make you look like you do not respect the code. You do not respect the ancestors. So, by that, everyone's going to be looking at everyone's ancestors like they are nothing. Like they are nothing. Because ancestors cannot even... Ukuza is what in English? Ukuza is what in English? Because ancestors, guys, ancestors will tell you when you're doing something wrong. Ancestors will be pissed off when you're doing something wrong. Ancestors will hate it when you're putting their work into disrepute. Ancestors hate things like that. So we should not use ancestors for our own weaknesses. We should not use ancestors because we want to lie down there. Ancestors are not like that. Ancestors should be respectful. Ancestors should be respected as they respect us as well. Remember, our ancestors respect us as human beings. Ancestors do that. They respect us wholeheartedly. And ancestors, they do not come to us, appear to us so that families can fight with each other. What kind of ancestors will do that? I mean, there's no ancestor who will come here when we know we've been suffering, we do not respect each other because of things that have happened to us. Ancestors, they're coming because things have happened to them, things have happened to their communities. They are trying to now strengthen us, make us look at each other with respect as well, make us get strong again because now we are fearful of each other. Ancestors want us to get along together so that we can become strong as we were as Africans. Remember that. That's what ancestors' jobs is for, to get stronger as well, so that we stop this suffering. We won't be talking about unemployment as people. We won't be talking about the rape crisis that is happening in our countries. We won't be talking about the crimes in our countries because ancestors, they want to bring us back to that. By doing that, they have to strengthen us. That's why a lot of us are going through this process, guys. We're going through this process so that we can link up with each other, get each other strong, get each other strong. That's why they're doing that. And if not, the ancestors, even though they can see you're comfortable with someone, they'll get someone out there who will come to help. Remember, more stronger, so that you become a better human person. Is that a human person or human being? Okay. My battery is going down. Okay. All right, where's the charger? Okay, it's charging. So that is what ancestors are for, guys. Remember that. Remember that we should always look at ancestors with respect. We should not setbacks. Remember, there will always be setbacks to us as Africans. Setbacks. Our people are going to be used for simple things. Our people are going to be used all the time. They're always going to be one person or two people who are going to be used to confuse us spiritually. There's going to be one or two. Even me like this. I can come and talk to you like this. One day you hear me talking like I do not have sense because I'm getting confused by others out there. So as people, we need to keep on reminding each other, looking at ourselves spiritually, listening to ourselves spiritually, even the people we're talking to spiritually, so that we can see when our people, our sisters, like me, you're listening to, I'm lacking somehow. You can hear me. You can see that my sister is no longer the same way as she was before. But something is happening with Nakatluhul. Something is not right. So that you can see, you can try and help me as well. Get me back to where I was. Because remember, we are dealing with a lot of adversity as people. There's going to be people out there trying to confuse us. Remember that one. Remember that one, guys. I mean, we are getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. As people, we are opening up. We are going back to who we were as people. Spiritually, we are getting stronger. But setbacks like this, where our traditions are going to be used in a bad way. Our traditions are going to be used and laughed at because of people that we trust are not respecting that bit of us. They're letting us down. They're letting us down because of peanuts. When I'm saying peanuts, I mean peanuts. Something that you eat like this. You forget the taste. You go poop. Things like that. So there will be people like that, letting us down that way. But as people, we should always be strong, guys. Remember, we should always be strong. We should always be strong. We should always go back to our people. Things like this, they can explain them to us. Things like this, we can get to understand them properly. Like I did. I didn't understand this polyandry properly. I thought, yeah. My people, these things. Even though I know that in the olden days, there were queens marrying 3 or 4 husbands, things like that. But these things were done for strategic reasons. They were done to go to make the kingship or the queenship, whatever you call it, to strengthen that, so that when the queen is going there to defend this, what they call it, the queen's things, the defense is high up there. So there is not going to be anyone going there with some bad things in there, because there will be communities staying strong together, holding each other's hand, making that cycle, making sure that no one goes through that, because spiritually they were protected by ancestors, different kind of ancestors. That is why polygamy, polyandry is good in that way, when ancestors, they are coming together to bring us together so that we can build good people. We can enhance our societies. We can get powerful spiritually. Get that power that we need, spiritualist people. Not to make fun of it. Not to make fun of us as people. Not to make that fun. Not to make fun of our ancestors. Not to make fun of our traditions. No. Our traditions. Look, you can make fun of us as people. We will stay stronger. Even now we are dealing with the truth of God. That's the truth of God, guys. That is what I was talking about. Anyway, we'll talk again. I would say, and sending you hearts.